our position. I will say it again, we create connections, so remember that and share that. We've been blessed to have a great relationship with our city, both the city of Southfield and Lathrop Village. As such, you may not realize this, but we are separate entities who all work together for the better of our community. This year, you'll hear from Lathrop Village's Mayor Frank Brock. We are happy to see the relationship between Southfield and Lathrop strengthen and hope to work together more. I'd like to call your attention to our signature event. You'll see that on the program on your table. This year's golf outing is scheduled for June 15th at Plum Hollow Country Club. In addition to the program this year, we also have a save the date, and if you flip it over, you've got a nice screen cleaner to add on the back of your phone. We also have our annual Taste of Southfield, which is scheduled for October 6th. And then our awards breakfast, which we have scheduled for December 18th. All the details for all of our signature events are on our website. On your table, you'll also find a survey, so we ask that you take a couple of minutes to complete that. We'll send some folks around to pick them up. And at the end, we'll randomly pick a winner. We've got two prizes. We've got a $20 gift card to Tim Hortons. And then also Courtyard Marriott just donated a one-night stay and breakfast for two. So hopefully you're one of our winners. Of course, lastly, what I would like to do is give thanks to a few people. I would not be able to do what I do without the support of our board of directors. Would you all please stand so that we can recognize you for your great leadership. Our board of directors. Prestigious volunteers who serve as the Chamber's liaison. If you could please stand so we can recognize you as well. Thank you all for what you do. Of course, this event would not be possible for not our sponsors, Lawrence Tech University, the City of Southfield, Denso, St. John's Providence, and our media sponsor, CNG News. On behalf of the Chamber and our board, we thank you very much for your support. Now I would like to invite Linda Height. Linda Height is the treasurer for the Southfield Area Chamber. She also serves as the VP for Finance and Administration at Lawrence Tech University. Linda? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
On behalf of the board, the first thing I'd like to say is that we really appreciate everyone's involvement in the Southfield Area Chamber of Commerce, as well as your involvement with the City of Southfield. We believe that the two together can really frame a great area of Michigan here in the City of Southfield, and it's only possible with all of your support. So on behalf of the board, I thank you. Now, I would like to introduce Mayor Frank Brock, who really doesn't need any introduction because he's been the mayor of Lathrop Village since 1995, served on the City Council since 1989. He's been an active member of the Michigan Association of Mayors since 1998 and served as Director of Human Relations, Assistant VP for Hospital Services, VP of Planning and Construction, VP of Providence Hospital Foundation, and finally, VP of Government Relations, totaling over 38 years of service. Thank God he wasn't trying to do all those jobs at the same time. Mayor Brock also served as a board member for the Southfield DDA for 15 years, and he's executive director for Southfield DDA Cornerstone Development. He's past president of our Southfield Area Chamber of Commerce, and he continues to serve on the board of directors of Southfield Ladies Village Optimist Club. Now, while doing all this, Frank actually had another life. He and his wife Virginia raised 90 foster children and adopted 8 of them. Many of them were 17. By Frank's long-serving presence and his dedicated leadership. He has a genuine compassion for everyone that believes, and he truly does lead by example. So, ladies and gentlemen, Frank Brock, Mayor of the City.
Good morning, everybody. It's an honor to be here this morning. All those titles that were read off, a lot of them was past tense. I was either panicked or bizarre. Here's my boss for a long time. She spent living the life of Riley Smith, which I left with retired. She enjoyed freedom and happy to supervise what we actually, she was one of my greatest mentors. My review here, put all this title in perspective, as I came in here this morning, one of the first people I ran into was Dr. Cassie. You're the mayor, acting mayor of Southfield, and he put it all back in perspective. He put it into his warm-up. With that humbling bit of information, I think it puts it all right in perspective. Southfield Chamber, I want to thank you for including this village this year. It's something that we probably should have done a long time ago. Obviously, the senior partners, especially here, and obviously my friends at City Council, have slightly more territory to do this. It's fitting that we are sharing the station between the two cities, as our communities work together to provide a high level of service for our residents. We share a top-notch fire department, the state-of-the-art library, an award-winning school district, just to name a few of the things we do together. And the interesting thing is our governor began emphasizing cities should share more and more things together. Southfield, I looked at each other and said, that's going to have to catch up first, because we have been doing this long before it was considered to be the thing to do. We have 4,000 residents in our community, and we're striving to improve every square inch of the 1.5 square miles of our city. Our city's home to a broad range of enterprises, including one of the state's largest credit unions, Michigan First, which is just right on our border. So we're delighted that when they chose Memphis to come in, they were great partners to work with moving that development together. Some nonprofit groups such as the South Oakland Shelter, headquartering themselves in Memphis, they bring about work between 67 congregations to provide shelter and occupational skills to those who struggle with homelessness. When they first announced they were going to come into our town, I used to get, a call or two from residents whose homes were near them. How dare you bring a homeless shelter in our area? And that's reminded me of the grace of God for one of us. So we should be welcoming them and encouraging their work, because they have a very innovative program that they do. Lakewood's biggest and greatest asset is, and always has been, our beautiful homes and great neighbors. That's become kind of a slogan. So much when we were back strength of our community is just exemplified by groups such as the Lake Village Time Bank, the past recipient of the Michigan Municipal League's Community of Excellence Award, and one of the showpieces of our community. The Volunteer River Children's Garden, which you can see as you're running back off the road, just a little bit to the rear of the City Hall, is the windmills that become the trademark for that event. That again is one of the things we're proud about, is the number of volunteers who pitch in all these various projects. Without them, obviously, a small business such as ourselves couldn't do even a half of the things we do for our people. The parks that surround City Hall are beautiful. They exemplify the idea of place-taking and the village. They're home to government events that attract people from all over southeast Michigan, such as our annual Summer in the Village Festival in June, a farmers market, followed by our concerts in the park every Wednesday throughout the summer and ending in early October. These grounds are our geographic center, our civic center. And as of 2009, it's all being designated as our village center. That year boasted a major turning point for Lakewood. And that year we developed a comprehensive master plan, which envisions a village-centered district and newly established mixed-use zones. From this plan, came many changes. Lakewood took advantage of the downturn in our economy to position itself for when things got better. In 2010, completely overhauled our entire zoning code and created modern and designed a downtown development and tax financing plan. The city adopted a complete streets ordinance, one of the first in the state of Michigan to do so, to encourage the development of a more walkable and livable community. In 2012, Lakewood joined Main Street, Oakland County. 2013, we conducted a major market assessment and developed a new strategic plan for retail business. In 2014, under the banner of the Main Street program, we formed 4 committees, which have 80 of our citizens serving and coming to meet the community, thinking of new ways that we can put Lakewood on the map and make it a more livable community and walkable community for our residents. In 2014, we revisited our master plan and we want to refine the implementation strategy for our next 5 years. We look forward to our next steps. Lakewood was selected for the awarding of one of the Michigan Municipal League Place Plans Technical Assistance Grants. Teacher kind of loved that. One of the first steps was a revisiting of our City Hall complex. With the assistance of nearly 50 volunteers about 2 weeks ago, we had a charrette, only the thumbs up, to envision the several complexes in place where great things can and will happen. A marketing plan is being developed to bolster our business district. We are gaining certification through the Michigan Economic Development Department as a redeveloped community, proving that we have the plans and processes in place to foster strategic redevelopment. We are also updating our master plan for our parks and rec department, and the last major piece of that strategic plan for improvement. This is the part I'd like to mention an issue that both of our cities find, I think, very important. We both serve along with Beverly Hills and our 2 cities on the South Road Corridor Environmental Assessment Group. And this is, I've often felt that it's been one way to make sure we can do this road for a while. If we finally know how to do it, develop assessment of the project, which they think we should have done 2 years ago when they first said they were going to meet the project. But at any rate, it is an important, this road is a very important fixture that impacts each of our communities. Southfield, probably out the lion's share of the frontage along Southfield. Lakewood is right there, smack dab in the middle, right there at the expressway. And of course, down the street, Beverly Hills is also become much more vigorous in how they're going to treat that section of the road as well. So there's a lot of discussion going on, there's a lot of informational needs. I think you see those advertised, I urge you to come out and see what the various plans are, the alternatives that we're going to study and continue to provide them feedback. I could go on, and most of my friends could have tried to, but I will close with thanking you once again for allowing us to participate. I know you're all looking forward to hearing from our good friend, Dr. Clark. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mayor Frank Bratt. We appreciate you joining us today. Now I'd like to invite our friend, Dr. Marville, to the stage, who is the President and CEO of Lawrence Tech University and a fantastic supporter of the Chamber as well as the City of Southfield. Dr.?
Thank you, Daniel. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud and appreciatively privileged to introduce a leader whose lifelong work has left a lasting impression on the people, economy, and status of the great city of Southfield. Acting Mayor Donald Fracassi actually needs no introduction in this group to friends and citizens of Southfield, whose lives have been impactfully, positively impressed by his work. The evidence of a great potential existed in young Fracassi from the very beginning. The educational experience of Cranbrook School, Lawrence Tech, University of Detroit, produced a young entrepreneur who started his own business at age 21. Within a short few years, the passion of public service and social responsibility launched a 38-year political career in the city that literally became synonymous with his name. First elected to Southfield City Council in 1967 and serving as president and acting mayor in 1969 to 72, this great son of Southfield led the city as mayor for 29 years, from 1973 to 2001. Returning to the call of the city council in 2003, he became the acting mayor one more time this year in 2015. During his able and steady leadership, Southfield experienced recognition as one of the nation's strongest and most diverse communities, and gaining a title All-American City in 1979. From implementing one of the first emergency medical services system and paramedical program in the United States, to the establishment of the east and west route for I-696 and establishing the Downtown Development Authority, from the founding of 8 Mile Boulevard Association to his nomination in 2002 as Michiganian of the Year, from the newspaper Eccentric and the Jewish War Veteran Man of the Year to United Negro College Award. Mayor Fracassi tireless work made him a household name in the city and in the regional political environment. At Lawrence Tech, we consider him our own. He negotiated a joint contract between Southfield, Japan, and Lawrence Tech to build in Southfield the first composite bridge in the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll hear much more about his impressive accomplishment of the city, of businesses But I'd like to highlight one accomplishment that originated 14 years ago, 14 years ago, when Mr. Prakasi last served as city's mayor. Under Mayor Prakasi's leadership in 2001, the city of Southfield, in partnership with LPU, led the way for Southfield Smart Zone. This is a business development proposition. Smart Zone designation by Michigan Economic Development, or MEDC. Many of you may recall this was no easy task. A lot of competition, a lot of cities were looking for that opportunity. In September 2014, we were glad to hear that the state approved a 15-year extension of the Southeast Smart Zone. This was a highly competitive process, and only 2 out of more than 11 smart zones in the state share this important economic development designation through the year 2030. I think this is a great achievement of the city of Southfield. But that's not all. By working closely with the city, LPU recently secured a $100,000 grant from MEDC, and collectively with the city, we are now recognized as part of the state's official entrepreneurial ecosystem. This means that we are now authorized, LPU and the city, to provide startup and early stage companies access to state business accelerator program and pre-seed funds, and be a conduit for other services from Michigan Small Business Development Center. Mayor Prakasi, it is with great sense of triumph and fortitude in overcoming many obstacles over the years that your original vision of a smart zone center on the campus of LPU is finally becoming a reality. You have delivered as promised. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you Mayor Prakasi.
In a while.
Cindy is talking about my grandfather. Anyway, let's have a hand for Mayor Pratt. He did a great warm-up, didn't he? Bill, thank you so very much for that introduction. I don't even know if you did the whole thing, the whole street, the whole city, the state, and everything else. And there isn't too much more to say. But let me start with the introductions, because we have a lot of individuals here that I would like to recognize. And first I'd like to say good morning to everyone and welcome to the 2015 State of the City. Tanya, where is Tanya? I guess Tanya is kind of a hard way to go, because I just became acting mayor on the 8th of January. And they were trying to line up the state of the city, and I just postponed it. I had a little minor surgery in between, and I couldn't give her a date. She, of course, had to put this big program together. So Tanya, you did a great job. The Chamber of Commerce all put out a beautiful table, and it's just great. So you have to me and in my office and those in Southfield as well as those that are present today. Thanks so very, very much. I would like to thank the Westin Hotel, because they did a beautiful job. And food was great, so did they. Kind of got in the back of the line there. But anyway, that's fine. But anyway, I got a little summer cold that please bear with me. I'd like to now do some introduction, but as I do that, would you please just stand, and when I get through, I'll read through the applause, please. So we have, starting with the City Council, we have Acting Council President Sylvia Jordan, Joan Seymour, she is President Pro Tem, Myron Frazier, Sid Lance, I don't think is here, Ken Cypher is back there,
And I didn't see our newest council member, Lloyd Cruz. Oh, there you are, Lloyd. Oh, you're right back to me there. I couldn't get my glasses on. At the beginning of that seat also is Nancy Banks, our city clerk. And we have, I think I see her go over Smith again. There you go, you're to my right. Also in attendance, we have, I think I've seen some of the judges here. Chief Judge William Bill, are you here? Then we have Sheila Johnson, I'll mention the reason if you're not. And then, Deborah Mann, Debbie. I'd also like to see at the table over here with council members, the city clerk. We have Fred Zorn, our city administrator. We have Sue Ward is back in the back there. I want to mention Jerry Witkowski, though, because Jerry's our code enforcement officer, and there's so many things that people don't see, like cleaning mediums and checking out these houses that are rented out and foreclosed in, and he was the guy that really kept track of everything that the city had to address in that particular vein. And so all these people here that are standing, I'd like to thank you so very, very much for the job you're doing and the
Sorry. Can I hold your water? Can I hold your water?
We also have in the audience State Senator Vincent Gregory, right down here in front. Jerry Moss, that young kid, where's he at? Oh, that's it. He's out in the house, so if anybody needs anything done, he's got all the answers. Senator Peters' office? No. Anyway, let's give everybody a nice applause. Superintendent Woods, please, and the school board, you're all together over there. Please all stand, let's give them a hand. Our young people have done a great job they do in bringing us one of the top educational systems in the entire state. I'd like to share some of the challenges that Southfield was faced with when we were going through that economic downturn. How we dealt with it, how we're doing today, and where we're going. But before I go further, let me say that this is a very special day for me. During the State of the City, after 14 years of vacation. And it's a real pleasure to be here, and I encourage each and every one of you, thank you for being here and supporting the chamber and being here on behalf of Mr. Goff and myself. Southfield became a city 57 years ago. They were a very young community and will become another year old in April 28th. And this has been a fantastic journey that I've had. We've had many things over the years. But, we still have a lot to do. And we have to continue to get focused on the future. We've got to deliver some premium city services. Of course, we've got to attract new businesses. We also have to provide the resources and infrastructure for business to compete and win in the global marketplace. We have the vision. It is very strong, and we have the desire, we have the ability to see these department heads, we have the innovation, the TLCU, and we have a plan. The plan for this day is to be competitive, we're going to be clean, we're going to be safe, and we're going to be secure. Challenges. Our property base has declined almost 50% in the past 5 years. You know, this is important because this was the first city in Michigan and the worst of any of that decline in the state of Michigan. And of course, I just tell you saying that because it tells you where we have been. We were hit hard when you talk about appeals being given to businesses at 40%, and you start talking about having a 50% value of the city, you know, and we deal with revenue. It is a serious problem. We also had declining housing values. We had stagnant business growth. We had crumbling roads and we had potholes. And the state reduced their statutory revenues. And we also had federal government reduce their block grant funds. And last year, the state legislature passed a business exemption that removed the personal property tax, and that cost the city millions of dollars in revenue. The city addressed these revenue challenges by careful planning, realistic projections, and strong fiscal responsibility. You know, we have constantly stood on principle rather than choosing the path of expediency when conducting Southwest fiscal affairs. Throughout these unprecedented tough times, we have confronted the realities, resisted the tendency to get along and go along and whatever is going our way, to have some objections along the way, have some tough times along the way, but it often requires a lot of sacrifices at the operating level of our department. You know, we're 240 people short. We're going through this economic time with no directors, believe it or not. Everybody who was acting directly took the responsibility. What a great job they did. And I'd like to have a little hand for them. Key road projects. One is the reconstruction of Evergreen Road between 10 Mile and 9696. The two roundabouts, which we're going to have to work out. One at Civic Center Drive, and the other one is by the library. We've also constructed greenfield between the road between Mount Vernon and Maine Mile. You've probably heard a lot about that one. And we also have 11 Mile Road at Inkster, and lastly, Evergreen between 8 and 9 Mile. In November, the residents spoke loud and clear and passed a $99 million street improvement bond. This bond will allow the city to begin street improvement projects. This will start in 2015, go on to 16 and 17. These projects will be underway, of course, as soon as we get a ring. In 2004, the city adopted a 5-year financial plan that was designed to get the city back on track for the long haul. As a result, we've been able to gradually reduce our use of fund balance for operating expenses. The city continues to focus on cutting costs and restructuring towards a smaller, more streamlined government. We have cut waste, increased bureaucracy, and this was done to, of course, attrition that reduced city workers by 50%, implemented a hiring freeze, reduced the pension burden of implementing a 2-tier pension and benefit plan for all new hires after 2004. We reduced the use of fund balance, and we increased our use of technology to improve efficiency, streamline operations, and restructure work processes. There are also some good news. There were no cuts in public safety. Let's hear that one. Thanks to our Southfield voters approving a $5 million safety bond in 2011. And let me say this, never before it was approved by 83% of our constituents. And of course, this prevented real major cuts in our public safety. Last year, violent crimes were down 25%. And over the last 8 years, they have decreased 72%. There's crime in South, and yes, we have a little bit. don't forget, 72% of it is unbelievable. I'd also like to ask the residents and visitors that come here to take comfort in the fact that average response time to emergencies in Southfield is among the most responsive in the nation. Typically, all the responses are under 4 minutes. I'd like our fire department, police department, our responding Bill, Lindsay, always to stand because, you know, these are the guys on the line for the fire department is kind of busy too. They answered a record high of 13,476 calls. So that's unbelievable. We have 4 vehicles. And provided EMS support, provided industrial revenue stream, but because they're transporting now, they raised over $2 million to come into our bank, so to speak, in revenue source. And that is, of course, needed very much. Representatives of the police and fire, of course, are here, and again, thank you so very, very much. And I guess we have also some things to say nice about Herb Lodenberg. Recently, our transit department took advantage of a strong AA rating of Standard & Poor's, and we financed $21 million of library bonds at a lower rate and saved our citizens over $4 million. Job of making sure, of course, that our roads were clean, snow was removed, and water main breaks were repaired during this very cold winter. In our building departments, a lot of you give office to builders who like to do this, and maybe those who have built homes today. The department is addressing our business community. We are cutting red tape and improving the city's commute process. We have brought in a consulting firm, Wade Trim, to evaluate and streamline our building department. And they are closely looking at this process in addition to other departmental functions. I'm especially proud of Southfield's quality of life. Real quality of life can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. Art, can you hear this action? You know, art brings value to the community. Many citizens have expressed concern of late about the fate of the Marshall Frederick sculpture in Northland, The Boy in the River. It is an unbelievable sculpture by Marshall Frederick, along with 4 other pieces of art at Northland. And of course, I would just love to see those being kept in the city of Southfield. The new Public Arts Commission was just formed. It consists of 9 members, team that is charged to promote art in the public places. They'll be seeking to enhance our quality of life through this avenue. I'd like to see a business arts custodian with this team to strengthen our ability to expand our art community as a whole. Southfield has over 30 million square feet of office space, prime office space. And you know, as occupancy, good news is improving. This is due to the commitment and strength of our business community, and many of you that are here this morning. You know, Southfield remains, and I'll say this loudly and clearly, the most envied and premier business address in Southeast Michigan. Our business community continues to grow. I'd like to highlight some of the many companies that have continued to choose Southfield to go and expand. One is, the newest one is Covington Corporation, relocating their corporate headquarters from the city of Detroit to Southfield with the establishment of an industrial development district for Travelers 1 and 2. It also is making a significant investment in the real property. The proposal also includes investment of approximately $6 million There was $5 million in information technology and leasehold improvements. And once completed, Bogasit will relocate over 250 employees from the city of Detroit to their new home in Southfield. And they will hire an additional 15 new full-time employees over the next 3 years. I'm also pleased to say that Federal Mobile Corporation, that left corner of Washington Road in 9696, they first were established here in the city of Southfield, one of the first major headquarters that we had in 1966. And they will be moving now into the new quarters that were vacated by Blue Cross Blue Shield over at Evermount and Inkster. And of course, we're glad that they chose Southfield to make it their home again. That area is now known as the Metro Center. The new Federal Mobile headquarters will continue to serve as a global operations center for the company. They, along with property owner, will go ahead and invest over $15 million in upgrades. That's going to make a great, great difference because that property was ready to let go after the Cross Blue Shield left. Much progress has been made also in the new, we call it the Southfield Village. That's at 12 Mile Road in Southfield, right? Is that a beautiful center? Thanks to the village, they had a lot of heads in making sure Walmart is not going in. The 32,000 square foot mixed use development, that is located there at 12 Mile Road in Southfield with neighbors to the south being Lakewood Village. This is again a $15 million comprehensive redevelopment area. It includes new retail buildings, also 114 three-story luxury apartments. The development also includes an Applebee's, all over area, suspect, restaurant. Designed as a new prototype and is the first of its kind in Michigan. It is completed and they're open for business, right, Paul? Okay. The Dirt Corporation will establish a new North American headquarters. That's in the old DTE property. They will renovate and build a new addition with an anticipated investment of over $40 million. This is most of your group will add approximately 485 new jobs in Southfield and relocate operations from Plymouth, Auburn Hills, and Winter. Sorry, guys. The city of Southfield you're talking about the city center now. The vision and plan has been on the planning board's table for many years. However, now the city of Southfield is now aggressively going to make it happen. We're presently a major stakeholder in this development. The city center plan calls for retail and a walkable downtown with a 2 cents a plate. City Council has before them a request to formally adopt funds to move this project forward to reality. Southfield is becoming the center of advanced education. Leading the way is Lawrence Tech with the $55 million Alfred Taubman Engineering and Life Sciences and the architecture complex. LTU continues to expand and provide advanced facilities for robotics, engineering, biomedical, life sciences, and also related programs. LTU is addressing their expanding student body. Housing needs are needed. They're investing $11 million in a new residential home. Oakland Community College is making room for its expansion of their campus at 9 Mile Road in the city of Southfield, across from Channel 2. They have purchased the Maya and also the Park Plaza office buildings, which were two major landmarks in the city of Southfield. They have torn them down into the city's system, and we are going to see an expansion which is needed for young people going to college. There's also 6 additional education institutions of higher learning in Southfield. We have Central Michigan, ITP, DeVry, Barrett Grove, Sierra Heights, and Phoenix University. I'd also like to acknowledge all the exceptional pre-K through 12 schools in Southfield. You know, my goal is to work with all the schools every way possible to make sure that our children can succeed in tomorrow's economy. That's very, very important. Helping to find new jobs in this competitive market. Now, we have now the Southfield Career Center, which is preparing those who are in transition. The center has been awarded over $2 million in employment training grants last year and collectively served over 35,000 individuals. Over 50% of them reside in the city of Southfield. Over the last 4 years, they have served over 200,000 individuals. And that's a lot of people we're talking about people needing jobs today. You know, and I encourage everyone in this room who's a business person looking for help, please contact that Career Center. We got some tremendous people coming out of that department. To further support our community and equal access to education, of course, I just cannot leave that out. And the library board is here. You know, we got the most fantastic library in the state of Michigan. And they're doing it. Providing the community with top programs and services, and those who have been in the library know what I'm talking about. The city of Southfield launched a new thing. Is Carrie here? Carrie? Did you pay me to say this? Okay. The city of Southfield launched a community engagement website. It's called Sustainable Southfield. This is where citizens connect, communicate, collaborate with city leaders and decision makers on a variety of topics that impact the future of Southfield's new master plan. Visitors can share new ideas, support other ideas, expand upon existing ideas, and give feedback to community leaders on a variety of topics. To join in on this discussion, visit sustainablesouthfield.mindmixers.com. Correct, that's correct? Great, all right. It continues to make positive strides at making an impact of the DDA to borders and also beyond the borders. They're doing a great job down there, and it's a difficult one. And what a task they have, and what a great job they're doing. Much of the growth has been in the healthcare sector as they work with developers and investors and business owners such as St. John Carter Hospital, and expansion of their cancer center and also their emergency rooms. We're also working with the Phoenix Group and the Health Alliance Plan that's expanded in that area. In the past 2 weeks, the DDA and the entire city of Southfield received some unfortunate news with the announcement of Northland Center that will be closing. We met with the owners and business people last week, and Shelley even was here, and we're trying to help and assist those people finding new locations, assisting in any way we possibly can. You know, Northland has been there as a cornerstone of the city since 1954, and we're saddened by what has happened to that. And I say that deeply, and at the same time, I'm very optimistic that we're going to look at that piece of property and you'll see it revitalized by new development or redevelopment efforts. And I'm sure it's going to be done in the near future. And there is more excitement brewing. We have new high-tech companies that are moving to Southfield and creating good paying jobs. One of these businesses, and I just read it to train, is Peachworks. And they make plows and basement tools for restaurant and food service businesses. The other news that I just heard yesterday was that William Beaumont Hospital is moving their headquarters to Town Center. And that is a nice move in our behalf. I also would like to say at this time, for all the companies that are relocating here, all the companies that are making us a home, that I really appreciate it. Every one of our staff members, elected officials, and all of us here, including our business people, are given good things to say about Southfield, helping them come here and do business. It makes it great for all of us. In closing, as Southfield continues to foster itself as a unique and business-ready city, looking full advantage of every opportunity to lead our community to the competitive global market. We were the first city to be completely cabled and wired with fiber optics. Today, we lead the clean energy race by improving wind turbines in Sierra Chevrolet. We've approved a totally clean energy prototype building at 1-800 Law. It has solar panels installed on carports, solar panels and 4-wind turbines on the building roof, and electric car charging. Boy, the future really is coming through this. We have still much to do, and you've heard today we are making terrific progress. The state of the city is strong. The state of the future is unlimited, and we will continue to get better. As mayor, I'm introducing an open-door policy for our residents and businesses alike. Your visit to my office is welcome. We plan on having hope that you will feel free to come and have your concerns, and just tell me what's on your mind, and let us try to help you do business, find a home, whatever that may be, that the city will come together and assist all of you. You have to look forward, though. Again, thank you for attending this class this morning. God bless you, your families, in the great city of Southfield. Thank you very much.
Mike Bettles, the general manager of Plum Hollow, is here. Mike, please stand so people can see who you are. If you guys have questions about that, go talk to Mike. So the course will be ready for you on June 15th for our golf audience, and then followed by the amateur golf audience. So I just want to say thank you all very much for coming. The survey, let's see, vendor tables. Yeah, so outside you'll notice that we do have a few vendors out there. So we've got our summer solstice, which is the second annual. It's a run that we have here in Southfield. We've got the South Oakland Shelter and St. David. They have a run this year as well. Five Credit Union, the Better Business Bureau, and Courtyard Marriott. I want to thank you for your support. So I want to thank you all for coming. There is a food in the back, so please enjoy. You don't have to leave. And I thank you very much.